All right, and I think we're ready to go. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Billy Watson here, joined by McAllen ISD, McAllen Lady Bulldog, soccer and volleyball standout, Lexi Gonzalez here on the sideline sit down here on Real Sports Live. Lexi, how are you doing?
I'm doing really good, thank you. How are you doing?
Good. It's a Monday. We're still hanging in there. I think it's been about a month since we've been in quarantine. First off, just to start it, how have you been dealing with the coronavirus and the lock-ins and living at home for basically doing everything now at home?
It's been like a hard adjustment because you don't get to do a lot. All my trainings and everything are canceled, and of course, school is canceled. And it's been hard at first, but I'm getting used to it and adjusting.
Yeah. So how were you excited? I don't think we were excited that school was. I think we were excited that school was canceled. But how did you adjust to the move going online? I know everyone's pretty much online nowadays. So how have you been liking the online portion of school now? Is it something you like, or how's that been for you?
Um, I At first I was okay with it, but now it's been hard. Like I think the online portion right now, I like it better in a classroom like setting, like learning from a teacher's perspective and stuff. So I rather go back to that than online because it's hard
Mhm.
to learn from just like a Zoom call and stuff, but it's better in a classroom setting, of course.
Yeah, I totally feel that. I have this one Zoom class that's on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it just makes you fall asleep. It's just not the same. And I totally agree with you how you have to be there in the class, or else because like we're at home, we have the comfortable access to our home where we can just like doze off. We can make a 50-minute class, 2 hours. I don't know how you do that, but yeah. So what have you been doing in your spare time? Have you been trying to find something to do as far as training, or what have you done as far as extracurriculars?
Yeah, I've been training a lot. I've been running. I was biking a lot, but my bike got a flat tire, so I bike very much. But and also I have a workout set like in my backyard, so I'm happy I have that to like do weights and everything. And I've I have my sister's down here from the University of Dallas right now, so she'll go out there and work out with me and pass the ball with me. So that's what I've been doing recently. It's been nice.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we have more time to be together. It's pretty much been the longest extension of spring break, since that was the last time the break was. Now that we're stuck in quarantine. Talk about what it's been like just being at home playing soccer. I know you had. I think correct me if I'm wrong. Did you have offers for volleyball and soccer? Um,
Oh yes.
Yes, you did. Okay, so now that you've strictly committed to the University of Arkansas for soccer, has volleyball just been like at the end of the list to just stuff to do, or just what have you been doing with volleyball, or is soccer just the priority right now?
Soccer's a priority right now. Volleyball, I haven't really been doing it. It's like at the end of my list right now because I'm trying to develop my skills now for soccer. So like hopefully get a starting spot if I can. So I'm working really hard at that. And sometimes maybe I'll like pass the ball, like just pass around the volleyball. Like I'll still have a love for volleyball, of course. But right now soccer is the priority.
And we all know you're gonna go to Arkansas for volleyball. But I do want to switch to for soccer. My bad. I do want to switch to volleyball because that's where a lot of eyes were caught by you around the valley, as far as you and the Lady Bulldogs and Coach Dodge. But Callan just always had a superior team, and this year you guys were able to make it to the region semis. Talk about this year and what a great season you guys had. Just talk about volleyball.
This season was amazing. Like, the beginning of season, like we all had like like everyone wanted to be there and everyone wanted we wanted to go far this year because the last time we went was my freshman year, but I knew this was a team to go far again, and just everyone had that desire to want to win every single game, work super hard during practice, and that's and we were also very close. Our team was very close this year, and there's that made us go as far as we did. And I'm super proud of how far we went, because the Clemens team was super good and they're very good. That's
Yeah. Talk about one of your most favorite games of the year. I know I almost caught you in your track right now, but what was one of your most memorable games you had in volleyball?
Probably going to Sweet 16 this year.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing, a great feeling that I got to share with the other two seniors on my team, Alexa and Maddie. We were so proud of each other, and we all had a role to play on the team, and the team was just fun to be around the whole time.
Cool. At this time, I do want to share the screen right now and take to a previous broadcast that we have. Can you see this? I hope our viewers can as well. This is, I don't know if, I'm pretty sure you remember, this is the McAllen and Harlingen South area playoff game you guys had. Talk about what happened going into it looks like the third set. I know you got hurt, and then talk about what happened.
So the second set, I believe I got hurt and I landed wrong. I think I landed on one foot and I came down really wrong. And so I had to get out of the game. And so our trainer Doc took me to the back to examine my foot and stuff, because I came down pretty hard on it. And I was just telling him the whole time how I wanted to go back in the game. This wasn't going to be my last game if I ever played. And he just helped me. He's amazing trainer. I'm so grateful to have him. And Lauren, our other trainer too. They're both amazing. And he just helped me. We did stem on it for 10 minutes, and then he taped my foot. I don't know how many layers he did, but he taped my foot a lot. And he told me, "How do you feel, everything?" And I said, "I feel great. I'm ready to go back." And so when I entered the gym, I just heard the applause coming. It was such a great moment for me. And when I came back in the game, we lost the second set. I ended up coming back in. We lost that set. And so the last two sets that we had with them, we talked about what we needed to do to get back on, and we just played really good. I wanted after getting hurt, I knew just take it off my mind, because I need to focus right now. It doesn't matter the pain. I need to play hard right now and give my 100%.
Yeah, so now we'll play this. Let's see if it works. This is it's a little slow. Let's go. Let's rewind that real quick. Hold up. It's a little slow on my end. My bad. Ball was coming here, and then Gonzalez, you put it down. Talk about the momentum change that happened here. You got back on the court, and I think from this moment on, this was when the game really went into your guys' hands.
I think that pumped us all up, and we got our momentum back, and we just played hard the rest of the game. We wanted to kill the ball, everything, and we just got it all. That the adrenaline was pumping, and we were just playing hard and trying our best, because Harlingen South is a very great team, and we just wanted to do our best to hopefully win, which we did, but it was a great game.
And indeed it was. It was really cool to watch. I didn't personally go to that game, but Kevin was telling me just before uh, we had the Lexi Gonzalez girl. She was the best player on the team. And I was like, yeah, I remember. She came back onto the court and packed house. It was packed house.
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
side
it
goes
really was.
nuts. Really, really went nuts. And I
Hmm.
was like, wow, that's got to be one of the most amazing feelings too.
Yeah, it really was. It was awesome. Like all the fans in the section just got up and started cheering, and that just made me feel really good as a player and a person.
Nice. Okay. So now we'll put volleyball aside and talk about your main sport, soccer. What was that time in your life when you picked up a soccer ball? Uh, how that's you now an Arkansas commit?
Wait, can you repeat that? You cut
Oh,
off a
sorry,
little.
my bad. Yeah, no problem. Talk about the first time you ever picked up a soccer ball. How you knew that you would get to the moment that you are now, or the journey it
Um,
took to get to the where you are now.
um, I started playing soccer when I was 3 years old. I I I knew that was a sport like from the beginning because I loved it, and it's crazy how like far I've come. Like my determination like to play a sport was I was really determined to play, and I knew I wanted to pursue it. And then throughout my journey, I started playing other sports. So to get me more active and everything. And so my second sport was actually basketball. And then I played volleyball. And then in middle school I started doing all the sports and everything.
Mhm.
But in high school it was really difficult for me because I let go of basketball, and I knew I would have to like soon like pick either soccer or volleyball. And so I ended up my sophomore year, I committed to Oregon State University for volleyball. And I thought that was like where like my passion was leading me. But I had like a feeling one day like it just changed, and my parents they've helped me so much through this journey, and I'm grateful for for everything, them driving me everywhere to go. And it was a hard decision to make. Um, Volleyball and soccer, they've always been super close. Like one day I would say, "Oh, I love soccer." The other day I would
Mhm.
say, "Oh my gosh, volleyball! I just love it and everything." And when I got an offer to play at Oregon State, that changed my whole perspective. And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this," but I kind of left like soccer out of the picture because I didn't think of it right in that moment because it was like my first ever offer for volleyball.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, it's huge and everything. And so I committed to play volleyball. But in high school and club soccer, like I, for some reason, I couldn't let soccer go. And it was just always like there, but I like wouldn't say anything. But going into my junior year during the springtime and summertime, I told my parents I wanted to do soccer again. And so they were like, okay, see how the season for McHigh's soccer goes, because I I left club soccer my sophomore year to pursue volleyball, and during that junior year time, I didn't really play soccer that much. And at the end, of junior year, I was like, I think I know this is what I want to do now. Like after playing all this time, like that's my passion. That's like what I want to do and everything. And it was really hard to tell the coaches at Oregon State, but I knew this was what I wanted to do for the next 4 years. So I was working really hard throughout the summer, training so much, like working everything. Then in the fall, I I'm grateful to Coach Dodge for she knew that I was going on visits, and she's been a really big part in my life also. And so I went on a bunch of visits for soccer, and in December I went up to an ECNL showcase in South Carolina, and I performed there for a lot of college coaches were there. It's crazy how many college coaches are there on the sidelines just staring and everything.
Uh-huh.
But then, like, it was fate when I got an email from the University of Arkansas. So I went on a visit, and it just blew my mind. Like, the campus, it's just a very neat campus to be at. The coaches are amazing. Everything was amazing. And in the car on the way home, I looked at my mom and I said, this is where I want to be. This is where I want my next 4 years to be at home.
So you drove to Arkansas.
Yep.
Man, how was that drive?
It was long. Stopped in Dallas to see my sister on the way. And so we stopped there and then went straight there. And so we met all the coaches and everything right when we got there. It was a long drive though. We stopped a lot.
Was that the same thing with Oregon State, or did you fly there? Or did you
No,
visit?
we fly there.
Okay, yeah. Because I was about to say, I mean, I drive to Lubbock and that's just a hard enough drive. I couldn't even imagine driving to Oregon State. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that would be really tough.
Talk about more of your recruiting process. What other colleges did you see? What other visits did you take, or if any?
Yeah, of course, I took a visit to TRGV first, and so I would send out all my resumes and everything, my highlight videos. I went to a bunch of camps this past summer. I went to a lot, actually. It was so many. And that's what helped me with all the recruiting, because coaches were there from a lot of the camps that I was at, and they would say, wow, you've really been improving and stuff. So I went on a visit with UTRGV, Houston Baptist University, University of Kansas. I went on a visit there. Let me think. I think it was those three I went on official visits for. And then I went up to the University of Arkansas after on an unofficial visit, because they said we are going to have an official visit with all the recruiting class for 2020 if you end up committing and stuff. So we'll wait for that. But we never got that because of the coronavirus. But I had to do a lot of emailing to get the coach's attention, and it was a really long process doing it for both volleyball and soccer, because I learned from volleyball like how to do it, and then soccer it was just easy, like just go to the camps, send out your resume, always have your resume after the camp to give out to the coaches so they can see like all your accolades, your school, everything. So that's pretty much my recruiting process.
That's a pretty long one too, and that's you had a lot of good stuff on there. Couple of last things I want to talk about. You mentioned Coach Dodge being a big part of your life, not just only as a coach, but just talk about a little bit more in detail of what she means to you and what it meant.
Having her as for like, she's not just like a coach, like just a coach, like just during practice you talk and everything, but if you need anything, like you can talk to her about anything. And she's been there with me for a lot, knowing her since like my sister was there playing volleyball and stuff, like then coming in freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year, like I talk to her a lot. I go into her office just to talk about stuff like my recruiting process, everything, like, and she always like texts asking everyone, how are you doing, like, she's a great human being. Like, she cares, and that's like what a coach like is supposed to do. And she's been there for me a lot. She asks like if like maybe there's something wrong. Like, she says, oh, like she's there for you every single like step of the way. And this past like senior year, she was there really there for me like during my recruiting process. Like, I told her, she was one of the first people I told about Oregon State, because I didn't really put it out there that I decommitted. And so I wanted to let her know and everything that this is what was going on with my soccer career now. And during volleyball season, I would have to leave like a few like games or like a tournament to go up for a soccer visit. And she completely understood me, and she was always there. She's great to talk to.
Yeah, I think I've had the chance to meet her too, and you can just tell right off the bat, Coach Dodge is such a loving person and really cares for somebody too. Um, as an athlete, what advice would you give to aspiring, not just soccer players or volleyball players, but any athlete at all who wants to pursue a college career in sports?
I would say, like, to the young ones, do as many sports as you want. Like, be determined. Like, when you know you want something, you have to go for it. Like, there's gonna be obstacles. There was for me. I had to go through a bunch,
Mhm.
but don't let that one obstacle like keep you there. You have to get through it in order to get you have to get through that obstacle in order to pursue your dreams. And I did that, and now it's only begun for me now, and I'm just really excited to see like where it takes me now. And just always have a great attitude. Attitude is everything. Always be coachable, everything, because that's what like is a big part of your journey.
Yeah, that's well said. Before we wrap up, any shout outs you want to make?
I just want to thank my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, for always being there for me. I want to thank the trainers at my school. Y'all are amazing. I want to thank my goalie coach, Coach Carlos, and I want to thank all the McHigh's coaches that always have believed in me, especially Coach Dodge and Coach Arnie, my soccer and volleyball coach. Thank you all so much, my teachers, and most of all, my teammates. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys.
Good stuff, Lexi. Well, that's gonna about wrap it up for us here, Lexi Gonzalez. Thank you for joining us. We were supposed to have Aaron Nixon on today, but he had to reschedule because of an appointment. So we'll have Aaron Nixon on, also from McHigh's, next Monday at 1. We'll be back at 5 o'clock, and we're gonna be joined by Brandon Bettis, of former LaFerrier Lion and current Southern Nazarene University football player. Once again, Lexi, thank you for joining us.
Thank
Hope you
you for
stay safe, stay healthy, and good luck at Arkansas.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.